I'm bored. I want something to change. I want there to be a watermark above my inventory. My wish has been granted. Modded clients. Yeah, those things. I'm gonna be picking out a bunch and reviewing them. That's it. Oh, hello. Why am I not using my sword? That's my pickaxe. That's my axe. No. Well, at least I killed him. Right, so there's the kind of compass thingy at the top of the screen. That's pretty cool. My crosshair is green. I can see my armor's durability, which is kind of cool. And also whatever I'm holding in my hands. If I press control once, the sprinting is toggled, and if I press it again, then it's vanilla. So to not use toggle sprint, I have to double tap control, which is kind of weird. There's probably a setting for that, but I'm too lazy to go change it. I can see my coordinates, which direction I'm looking, which is kind of useless, seeing that there's a big compass at the top of my screen. I think my FOV is cranked up all the way. Let me see. Yeah, it's all the way at Quick Pro. I can see if I have a combo on an entity. I don't have anything to test because I don't want to just murder all my animals. Anyway, I'd probably kill them all in one shot. Actually, I'll test it on this sheep with my fist. Well, it works. It also shows you how far away you're hitting the entity. This is meant for PvP, so I can kind of see how that could be useful. It shows you what buttons you're pressing, which, like, yeah, I know what buttons I'm pressing. You can also see your ping. Mine's 0 because I'm in single player. And that's all that I've really noticed in this thing. On to the next one. Oh yeah, you get a little thingy in your name too, and other people using the same client can see it. That'll be a thing with a lot of these. Wait, I'm getting 1,000 FPS? Oh my gosh. Which is kind of silly because DaVinci Resolve is barely staying at a stable 60 whenever I start playing a clip. Oh, perfect. Just perfect. The only time I get an update is when I try to make a video about it. So Lunar's been kind of leaving a bit of a bad taste in my mouth, even though I've only used it like twice. First of all, because, I mean, just look at this thing. Sure, it is like probably one of the most common launchers that you're going to be seeing in servers like Hypixel. But that's a whole lot of ads. But I mean, a lot of launchers do have ads, so I'm kind of used to them. And for some reason, it stays open in your whatever you see. I get the notification, and then it just stays open in here, whatever this thing is called, your system tray, I'm pretty sure. And then you have to actually quit it. I don't know why it needs to stay open, but that's just weird. Like, just think about it. Why would your Minecraft launcher have to work in the background? Anyway, Lunar Client doesn't have 1.8.9. They have Bad Lion for 1.8.9, but I already reviewed the Bad Lion client. Alright, so here's Lunar Client. Let's make a backup of this world. And now there's 2 of them. Okay, here we are. This is the first time I've ever loaded up this world in a version newer than 1.8.9. And it's not going to stay that way for long unless I have to boot up this world for another client in a newer version. So as you can see, as I'm pressing control to sprint, a lot of things are happening up there every time I do it. I'm pretty sure it's just the same situation as Badline, where you do it once for toggled, and you do it again for vanilla. And you have the same thingy as Bad Lion in the top left. You got a compass with the Minecraft font this time. And you have the same armor overlay in the bottom right. I'm pretty sure I customized this a bit, but not that much. Oh, also I put the watermark in the inventory in the bottom right because it's way less intrusive than when it's above your inventory. And as you can see, you've got a bunch of options that you can turn on and off, and you have presets like Arena PvP, Hypixel Skyblock, UHC. It's all pretty cool. Oh, I even get a nice little FPS counter up there. That's nice. All right, so let's go to the exact same place that I was before, rendering all these entities right here. Zoom into my face, and okay, the performance isn't as good, but it's still way more than it needs to be. So it just kind of seems like the same kind of open to LAN thing, host worlds. And then, wait. Oh, I need to activate this thing. Hold up. Okay, so I'm back here. Something happened in chat. Invite friends by pressing shift. Wait. There's an IP that you can join? That's really cool. And shift tab. Wow. Okay. So Lunar Client basically has its own solution to, like, the Essential mod, but better, because it's not selling you cosmetics all the time. Oh, wait, no, it is. Wow, that's a lot of eggs. Okay, so here's Feather. I'm going for 1.8.9, and you can turn on Optifine, which I am going to do for maximum performance. And go ahead and launch. Alright, so here's Feather. That's a fun little startup animation. I really like that. It really doesn't want to go full screen right now. And it's doing it's not doing nothing. That's good. So here we are in Feather. Let's go ahead and boot up the not 1.12.2 world. And it crashed. Oh, okay. It's a weird thing where certain hoppers can crash your game. I remember this being a problem. Let me, go fix that. So maybe we don't use Optifine? Let's try that. It disagrees. Yep, same crash due to the hopper. Okay, so maybe we don't load up that world. Alright, let's try 1.12.2 and load up the other world that I had. Right, moment of truth. Ah, it worked. Great. So the first thing I notice is that the subtitles in the bottom right are colored, which is interesting. I've never really seen that before. I cannot find the option for subtitles because I am an idiot, so let's just see what's under them, which is the same armor thing that we've seen in the other two clients, the exact same sprinting system, and another FPS counter. The background's blurred in the inventory, which is kind of cool. The Feather client logo is in the bottom right by default. And there are Feather settings. Oh, you can have item info. There's voice chat. There's potion effects. The scoreboard. You can have your ping. And of course, there's a store and cosmetics, but we always ignore those. So here's the Feather settings. It looks pretty similar to Lunar. It has high pixel and PvP. It also has a heads-up display tab. So slightly different, but fundamentally quite similar. It also has general, chat options, performance, cosmetic, whatever. So let's see how the performance is on default settings. And hopefully I remember to test these all out with maximum performance settings later. Okay, so default settings, do this, and wait, I should probably find an option for zoom. Alright, okay, I got the zoom configured, and okay, not bad. It's the worst of the three, but it is still way more than playable. Ah, what did I think was gonna happen? Oh, okay. Yeah, it is working. This main menu is probably one of my favorite parts of LabbyMod. Like, just watch what happens when we join a world. Ignore the lag. Oh, so it's not going to play the animation. I guess it only plays that when you go in a server. These are not default settings, and sound is not... Oh, wait, no, sound is working. These are not default settings. I have messed around with it a bit, so I am going to reset this to the default. Alright, settings have been reset. Let's restart this thing. I did use LabbyMod for a bit in the past when the PC that I used was less than optimal, let's just say. It was literally just Dell Optiplex 7010. I loved that thing. It was very fun, but it had terrible performance in everything. Oh, okay. Well, thanks for letting me know. I didn't even know that LabbyMod chat existed. So as you can see, it has its own font, and down there you can see my armor durability. And what do you mean? I just disconnected. Are you gonna disconnect me again? So you can see we have these little things over here. You have chat symbols, which I think is kind of fun. Yeah, that's useless, but still. You can see people's health above their name tags. You got the watermark in the inventory. You might be able to turn that off. I don't know. And I am now hungry. Oh yeah, and you can see your held items. And I'm pretty sure if you have arrows, you can set it up in the widgets menu to also display arrows. And the widget system is very cool. I'm not sure if the other clients have this same kind of thing, but it's very customizable. What do you mean? That's the third time I've disconnected due to inactivity. Come on, I don't even use LabbyMod chat. In fact, I didn't even know it existed until like 5 minutes ago. So let's just plop down like a FPS counter, and how about some range? And world time? Yeah, why not? How about our saturation? What even is an F direction? I don't know what that is. You got your combo, you got your biome, you got your rotation, you got your coordinates, you got your click test, your ping, your player count, your speed, your server address, your economy display, your item counter, your boss bar, your paper doll, your arrows. Like I said, you could just plop it down right there. Your battery level, even though I don't have one, I'm on a PC. Your CPU usage, your RAM usage. And this screen is very messy. Why did I do this? Now I have to clean it all up. Alright, it is FPS test time. Let's go right here. And boom. Okay. Okay, it's about comparable to Feather. It is... Oh my gosh, that went way up. When did that happen? I don't even know what to say. Okay, now it's back to being bad. When I say bad, I mean not as good, because 133 is still not bad. Now that I'm not zoomed into my face, it's probably because of all these chickens. But I think this is a good stress test for all these clients. All right, so here's the Alpine launcher. I just go down here. Okay. 1.8. So it does have options for Legacy Fabric, which is kind of cool, but we're just gonna pick Forge and go ahead and launch. Alright, here we are. I'm not logged in. Ah, perfect. Well, let's just get that over with. Okay, so far, this is the first client to have music enabled by default, so we're just going to turn that off. And also, I'm pretty sure the first one to have FOV set to normal. And it's also the first one to not use the .minecraft folder for worlds. And it also has Optifine, which is pretty cool. So we are going to put the max frame rate to unlimited so that we can do our frame rate test. Brightness obviously set to bright. Okay, so it has its own .alpine client folder. Feather does too, but it doesn't use it for saves. It goes to the .minecraft folder for saves. The same thing with the LabbyMod and Lunar client. Right, so this is what we're looking at by default. It looks the most similar to Lunar, I'm pretty sure. The compass looks different. The top left thingy looks pretty much the same as Bad Lion and Lunar. And the bottom right is still the same layout, but it looks different than the other two. Labby, I'm pretty sure Labby is the biggest outlier here so far. So, in the escape menu, there is the Alpine menu, where you have, like, the same kind of settings that you would have in, like, Feather or Lunar. And then you have a multiplayer button, which is interesting, so you can just join servers from your single-player world, I guess. And there doesn't seem to be a open to LAN button, so yeah, that's not there. And yeah, as you can see in the bottom left, there is the same sprinting system as Lunar and Bad Lion. Alright, so let's go to the HUD tab of the Alpine menu and see if there is an FPS counter. Yes, there is. Let's turn that on. Okay, these are some pretty cool settings. You have the background, the text shadow. So I think this is pretty fun to just go and play around with, you know, like, it's very customizable. Alright, so I got the little FPS counter there. It looks kind of weird, but that's just because I mess around with it a bit. And zoom. And wow, okay. It's not as good as the peaks that LabbyMod gave us. And it's not as good as Bad Lion, but it is still very good. You see, it's hitting the same performance. Okay, well, once we put the chickens in view, it's not as good. But when the chickens aren't in view, it is way better than it has to be. The same with LabbyMod. Oh, and you could see when we weren't looking at those chunks over there, they did unload. I can't seem to reproduce the same effects. Okay, well, you did see a bit of a flash there, but I will put that clip in slow motion right now. You could see the chunks kind of, like, stop rendering. But that's only because they didn't need to, and we didn't really have a reason to render them at that point. Alright, so we have Cosmic Client loading up here. Okay, interesting loading screen. I haven't really seen anything like this before. I actually haven't even installed this yet, so I just ran the installer. Right, here we are in the Cosmic Launcher. I have a hunch that this is like a launcher made by like a group that owns a Minecraft server, and like the server urges you to use their client, but I'm honestly not sure. It's advertising Cosmic Prisons right there. I've never even played this thing before. So yeah, you can see, I think it looks pretty cool. So let's go into single player. It uses the .minecraft folder for your worlds, and what version is this? I'm really not sure. The buttons make pretty cool sounds. Yeah, that is pretty cool. I still need to log in, that's right. I do like that background music. It is quite cool. I hope I don't get copyrighted for it. I would be very mad if I did. Alright, let's load up the worlds. And here we are. This is the most unique one out of the bunch so far. We have a mini-map in the top right. We have the same compass at the top. We have HUD information at the top left. We've got events. It's probably for when you're in multiplayer. We got the same controls thing right here, except it doesn't have a space bar like Lunar did. And we've got the same armor status thing, and something that's right there. That purple text, I don't know what that is. Alright, Cosmic Client settings, what's in here? We've got accounts, waypoints, move, HUD items, settings, server store, forums. Okay, under there is Satchel HUD preview. Interesting. Oh, these don't snap. That's annoying. Oh. Whatever. I'll deal with it. Okay, so we got the Cosmic Client settings here. Let's toggle sprint, world edit, oh, it comes with world edit. That's cool. World border, toggle sprint. So world border, let's make it silver. Why not? We're never gonna see it. Chunk borders. Okay. Oh, that's kind of interesting. They have their own like little chunk border system. That's cool, I guess. That's cool. It has motion blur. I do love me some motion blur. It doesn't. You can't really notice it when it's on 1. But all right. Let me see if we can find ourselves an FPS counter. I do not see one. Maybe it's in the move HUD items. Oh wait, no, there already is an FPS counter right there. So let's just go right here. Does it have zoom? Yes, it does. And boom. Okay. It is the worst of the bunch. Never mind. It's actually not that bad. Yeah, it's very, very playable. I don't know any monitors that will let you actually experience that 550 FPS. So yeah, it's not that bad. On to the next one. Okay, this next one was just labeled setup.exe, so I'm not exactly sure which one this is. Okay, it's the Sollier launcher. Okay, alright, it's installing. And run. Okay, off to a great start. The accept and continue button is not functional. I just had to restart it and then it just went away. That's nice. Alright, so version 1.8. Yep, 1.8.9. And play. Select an account. Okay. Alright, here we are. We select our account. I guess you used to be able to add offline accounts. Because it says premium. So, yeah, okay. It doesn't use the .minecraft folder. So I guess we're just gonna have to import our world. Ooh, that's another thing. I don't know which version the Cosmic client was on, so this world may have been upgraded. Oops. Well, I guess we'll find out. Oh, it was 1.8. Nice. Okay, that's actually kind of interesting. This shows your mouse movement. I have never actually seen that before. Okay, so we got like a kind of unobtrusive little compass thing up there. We got the same control deal over here. We got the armor thingy, a few stats in the top right, a watermark in the bottom of the inventory. And let's go to the client settings. And we've got all these things here. It's going to be pretty fun finding all the optimization things once I do those tests. So yeah, there's really not much more to say about this. At least, I hope there isn't, because I don't really want to miss anything. Is there a zoom button? Yes, there is. Alright. And boom. Whoa! Okay. That's really good. I think that might be the best so far. That's really good. Okay, well, it did have the same thing that, I forgot which one it was. Was it Labby? I'm not sure. But it does unrender some things that aren't being rendered, and it takes a second to re-render them. That was a really confusing description. I'm sorry. So yeah, that's actually really good, and just running around, it is not bad. Even when there are a bunch of entities in the frame, it's still almost over 100 FPS. And it does have a thing where you can actually see underwater. I have never seen underwater in this world. That's pretty cool. And it does have full bright on by default, which is pretty cool. Alright, on to the next one. My name looks kind of weird like that. Right, so next up is Melon Client. I don't know what language this is, but I'm pressing the button. Oh. Perfect. Yeah, that's great. Let's just continue anyway. Sure is taking its sweet time to install. While we're waiting for that one, let's just go to the next one. And here we have the jar for Meteor Client. Now, if you know anything about Meteor Client, it's a hacked client. So I'm only playing around with it because I saw it on some random websites that were talking about, oh, top 10 best Minecraft clients. And I was like, okay, I'll try it. Okay, so it turns out that, Meteor Client is just a mod, like with most hacked clients, and it's for Fabric, for 1.21.8. Fabric 1.21.8 isn't out yet, so I guess we're not going to be using Meteor. And I needed to download the Minecraft launcher to be able to launch Melon Client, and I was just too lazy to. And it turns out that the jar was corrupt anyway, so on to the next test. Oh, we got the Colormatic splash text. Cool. Alright, so this next test is just gonna be pure performance. Oh, there's that baby zombie again. Oh, I'm not gonna let this guy get away now. I'm holding my sword. Yep. Okay, so I'm currently on my normal Wonderful World 1.8.9 Forge instance. It has the following mods that are listed on screen now, and it's just Forge 1.8.9. No modified client whatsoever, unless you considered Forge a modded client, because it technically is. It's really just a mod loader. Anyway, I am going to do... And that was when my computer decided to freeze up. I don't know why. Guess it really doesn't want me to test my platform that I use for every single episode. Okay then, I guess we're just gonna go for vanilla. Okay, so how these next tests are going to work is we are going to go into the options and optimize it as much as we can. I'm just gonna show a time lapse of me choosing all the options so that you know like how it's being benchmarked. And then we're gonna create a new worlds. Just do creative, and then world type super flat. Generate structures off, and then seed 0. And then create the worlds, and then wait for 10 seconds, and then we'll mark the lowest and highest FPS that we're able to get. Alright, this is where things are just gonna get a bit boring, so feel free to skip ahead to the next section. Oh, I'm not gonna put chapters on this video, so you're gonna have to find it yourself. Ha! Let the time lapse of the options menu commence. Alright, bad line is all configured. Alright, so create new worlds, options, just set it to creative. And options, seed 0, structures off, super flat, and Okay, not bad. We got around 1200. And by the way, we aren't going into the Minecraft video settings, only the modded clients video settings. Okay, up next is Lunar Client. Okay, not bad, but it's still not on top. Oh, I just realized that I forgot to record me changing all the settings for Lunar Client. Oh well. Well then, I guess I'll just be sure to do the time lapse here. Alright, and here goes Feather Client. Okay, it's the worst so far, but it is still extremely playable. Okay, so for Labby Mod, there really aren't any client settings to mess with, so I guess we're just gonna create the world then. Okay, not bad. It's not as bad as I was expecting it to be, but it lives up to its previous expectations. And now on to Alpine. Alpine isn't the same as Labby Mod, so we actually have some settings to tinker with. Right, and here's Alpine. Wow, at the beginning there, that was really good. Right, now on to objectively the best one aesthetics-wise, Cosmic. I still love these sound effects, just listen. Now this is kind of a Labby Mod situation where there really aren't any performance settings to tinker with, so let's just go. Oh, no, there are actually some settings, but not that many. So to not have to go through a time-lapse, I'm just gonna check everything, and this is everything. It's all in the performance tab. All right, and here we go. Okay, it is the worst one so far, but I mean, it could be worse. And last, but hopefully not least, the Salweer client. I still don't know how to pronounce that. Right, so that is all of the settings here. So let's just make the world. Let's go. That was the best performance so far. It was pretty stable too. Like, now that I'm moving around, it just drops down, but not by too much. What is this? Ah, 4 in a row. Why did you spawn like that? Huh. That's odd. Hello. Well, that went very well. I think we all know who the winner is in pure performance. So now that that's over, I think we should test more things. Like Minecraft launchers. Oh wait, no, I'm just stealing someone else's idea. Never mind. But it is good to be back here without a single molecule of PvP. Okay, never mind. This guy still wants to break down my door. Whoa, that was weird. Ow. I suck at this. Wow, I really haven't used Optifine in a while. Yeah, this looks kind of weird. Oh, you still survived. That's why. Okay. Well, I think that puts us at a nice conclusion for this video. I hope you enjoyed, and I will catch you in the next one. See ya! Wow, a 30-minute video. That, like, never happens. And no, I'm totally not making this end sequence just so that it reaches 30 minutes. Yeah, totally not. Okay, bye.